The AMC Apes, what's going on? Strong hands, weak hands, buying, selling, holding, all of these are now becoming very, very valid questions and very, very just points of interest where somebody like me that's just watching from the sidelines, I can't remember the last time I've day traded it, but just very curious because now that we're looking at things from a very data-driven way, there are some big questions out there. And I'm not trying to say one way or another. I'm just commenting on the fact, and as I eat my popcorn and Sour Patch Kids watching all this, there are some very legitimate, questions that are out there. I'm not going to call them concerns. I'm not going to call them guarantees. Just some data points here that suggest that it's about to get really, really interesting. So what do I mean? What exactly is going on? What is this data that I'm referring to? Well, let's just go through a quick history of AMC. Made that first big spike almost a year ago, right? Spiked up here, got rejected, and then came back down. So, things just crept around, and then all of a sudden right there. And that was the move that really put AMC on the map. This was all occurring down here, you can see, on very, very big volume, and the big volume is going to be very essential here in a little bit. But you can see at that area right there is where the breakout occurred at $20, and then, of course, the rest is history. Very, very awesome move, very, very exciting. Obviously, social media, everything blowing up about it in the mainstream news. Everybody literally talking about AMC, and that's not me being dramatic either, right? Literally, everybody was talking about AMC. Of course, GameStop too, but AMC was right up there. And clearly, you had a lot of people buying as it went up. And then from here forward, you had people buying, right? Everybody was buying. And while this volume here, this entire time wasn't as big, there was still a good, respectable amount of volume that was occurring during this whole time period. However, what makes this very fascinating and potentially dangerous, I'm not saying it is dangerous, so before you hop in the comment section and get all upset, potentially dangerous. Who knows? Maybe this is potentially good. I don't know. Maybe it's going to sucker in some things from the short side. But like I said, there is potential danger now that the price has actually gone down below $20, being here at $18.32. I should note I'm recording this Wednesday after the market close. This video will go live Friday. So we'll see what happens from when I do it right now. But the general concept remains. And that, the fact now is, think about it. The price is down below 20. That means that this huge volume, everybody that bought, literally everybody that bought during this period here, everybody that's bought over the past several months, literally everybody that's bought, all these people that have bought, they are now losing money. Now, if you bought down here and then you averaged up a little bit from that angle, yes, you could still be up money. But assuming that right there, on that break or beyond was your first buy, you are under, you're losing money at this point. You're really losing money if you bought there, then you bought some more, then you bought some more, then you bought some more, then you bought some more. Well, you're just that much more underwater now because the price is down below. So my point here is that there is a lot of people with the price now down below $20 that are underwater, including those people that chased the price right there, had to sit through a pullback, got the breakout. Even those people now, they're underwater because those people, at that high was at $20. So it becomes a very valid question of, are people going to hold? Are people, and I don't know, are you an ape? Are you, what's your game plan? Have you sold? Are you buying more? I'm not saying that people are. I'm just questioning. It's one of those things where it's easy to sit there and be like, strong hands, strong hands, strong hands when you're looking at massive gains. But when those gains, and again, this is not speculation, this is just fact of the matter. Anybody that bought here or above, those gains are gone. They've watched their gains get potentially really big, and they've watched their gains dwindle. And as of now, those gains have now gone red. Now, depending on where they bought, maybe not hugely red, but the point is their gains are officially gone. Once again, I want to reiterate, I am making these comments assuming that your first buy was at least right there. Because I understand if you were buying here and then you bought right there, and then, yeah, sure, maybe you bought right there, then your average cost may still be, below where it is right now. But my point here is there is a lot of people out there that are now underwater on the position. They have lost their money. So at some point, are they going to break? I have no idea. Like I said, I'm just watching this all from the sidelines. But from a data perspective, from a psychological perspective, you got to, put yourself in their shoes. They've watched their gains explode. They've watched their gains dwindle, and now they've watched their gains go to zero, and now there are no gains. They are losing money. Are the apes going to be able to psychologically deal with that? I have no idea. I'm just throwing it out there. But the fact is that a lot of people, apes, are in that situation right now. To be fair, maybe they hold strong. Maybe people try to short and the apes hold strong and they get another, move to the upside. That's very possible. But you also have to acknowledge, I don't know, maybe apes start to crack. Maybe people are like, I can't take this anymore. I was up and I'm going to get out. And that could potentially drop further and further, which brings to the next point is that's why now drops become so much more painful, so much more real, right? Because drops beforehand was just, okay, I'm not making as much, but I'm still making money. I'm just not making as much. That's a lot easier to sit through than sitting there and saying, well, geez, not only am I not making money, I've actually lost even more money. So the further it goes, the more and more people are losing more money. And the flip side of that is the further and further it goes, the more of these people potentially go underwater, which is why another very interesting level to keep an eye on moving forward is going to be right here at the $14 mark. Because if the price now goes down below $14, that's essentially saying that now all these people are starting to threaten. So the people that held through that consolidation, those people's gains are now threatening to be to disappear. So as of now, it's not down at that level yet. But like I said, the further and further this price creeps downwards, you're going to have more and more of the psychological games with the apes of whether or not they're going to hold strong or if they're going to kind of just be like, I got to just stop the bleeding. I want out. Now I'm sure some are going to buy more. Like I said, I'm curious. I don't know. This is all just me throwing out the psychological, things that people are going through. But as far as how the things are going to react, I don't know, because AMC and the cult-like ape, and I'm going to call it a cult because that's what it is. But I'm not saying it in a bad way, because a cult, I mean, that was awesome. There's no doubt about it that the cult created some awesome action. Same with GME. But as of now, is the cult going to hold strong? Or is the AMC community, whatever you want to call it, the ape community, going to hold strong? Which now becomes a very, very valid question, given people are sitting there and they really got to put their money where their mouth is now, because they're losing money. And at some point, if they lose too much money, they're going to say, I don't want to lose anymore. I want to take this money and try to go put it someplace else where I can make money. But, I don't know. Is every single ape going to go down with the ship? I have no idea. But all I know is that right now, there are lots and lots of people in the AMC ape community, whatever you want to call it, that are officially underwater. And again, that's not speculation. We have the data right here. You just got to look at this. You look at where that big surge of volume was, and you know that obviously all this volume were people buying up above 20, and now that the price is down below 20, and some people are down a lot, right? I mean, if you bought it, that's just at 20. But I mean, if somebody bought it, 50, they're looking at really hefty losses right now. So we'll see how things play out. Like I said, very interesting times. And from, who wants to watch soap operas or reality TV? This is the best entertainment you can get right now and it's a big old sociology experiment. So if you're a sociologist or a psychologist, you don't need to spend any government taxpayer dollars to fund studies. Let's just observe what happens here, because we know what's going on from a psychological perspective. Lots of people had big gains. They watched their gains dwindle. Those gains are now gone. So how are they going to react? That is my big question moving forward. And it'll be very interesting to see how the human mind plays out for this group of people known as the AMC Apes. So grab your popcorn, grab your Sour Patch Kids. Let's see what happens. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.